If you have ever confused hot chemistry with real connection, then this video is for you because I'm going to reveal how to tell whether a guy is in love or if he's just in lust. Basically, is he your forever cowboy or is he just in it for the rodeo? Let's break it down. My name is Adam LaDolce. I'm an executive love coach for successful single women, helping tens of thousands of women attract long-lasting love. And just a few months ago, I had a client who was so excited about a new guy she was dating, and she was like, he is the one. This is the man I've been looking for my entire life. But because she was following the little love steps, she had other options available still. She wasn't exclusive with this guy, and I just really didn't want her to jump in too quickly. By the way, if you're not sure of what the little love steps are, head on over to lovestrategies.com. We have a free training there that can walk you through everything. Anyways, back to the story. So I asked her, why do you think this man is really the one? Well, she told me, Adam, sparks were flying on the first date. Let me tell you, the chemistry was so amazing. We clicked. And by the second date, he said that he might actually be falling in love with me. And the moment she said that, she told me that situation, I immediately said, hold up. We only have signs of lust so far, not love. So today we're playing a little bit of a fun relationship game that's going to teach you a lot about attracting love, and that is decoding whether or not it is love versus lust. So saddle up. And to finish off that story, the reality is love doesn't happen in 7 days, so I would consider that guy to just be in lust. And the good news is she continued to work our process, and then that initial guy faded out because it was just lust, and now she's in the best loving relationship of her life. So in this game, you're gonna get a black heart down here if it's just for lust, and you'll get red heart up here if it's love. So let's start with the first one, which is a guy shares parts of himself that aren't quite perfect. Is that love or is it lust? Well, I would consider that to be love. Because true vulnerability means we're actually sharing those parts of us that aren't exactly the things that we tell everyone, we share with people. It might be our vulnerabilities, it might be our fears, it might be those insecurities that we have. So if a man is opening up himself and sharing those parts of him that aren't exactly picture perfect, let's open our heart to those things because he's trying to open his to yours. The next scenario is that a guy says he's emotionally available. He says that all day, but he doesn't actually show you that he's emotionally available with his actions. Is this lust or love? I'm going to go with lust down here because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what he actually does. A guy can say he's emotionally available and wants a relationship, but if he's flaking in and out with you, if he's not responsive for 2 weeks on end, if he's not actually introducing you to his friends, and he's not showing you that he wants to be a part of your life, then it's likely he might be just saying all those things. Talk is cheap all day. People can say that, but I'm sorry to say, Connor the cowboy, he's only going for lust right here. The next scenario is that a guy apologizes when he's wrong, and he really means it. This is an easy one. This right here is love, right by the nipple. Because it's so important when we're in a relationship for someone to truly apologize when they do something wrong. Let me tell you, when you're in a new relationship, guys will make mistakes. You will make mistakes. What matters most is whether or not someone is able to recognize it and apologize for it. Let's continue on with the game. Let's say you're dating a guy who's very dominant and he takes that leadership role, which you find to be quite sexy, I'm sure, for all of you beautiful, sexy single ladies out there. But the only problem is he doesn't respect your boundaries. Let's say he's dominant, and you're telling him, hey, we need to slow it down before we get to intimacy, but he continues to be dominant in that respect. What would that be, ladies? You got it. Lust down here. A man can be dominant and he can be healthy, lean into his healthy masculinity, while at the same time, certainly respecting your boundaries. Because at the end of the day, the feminine energy is the most powerful energy throughout the dating process. You dictate how things progress forward. He might be trying to push it forward, but you can always pump the brakes. And a real man will respect that. And if he doesn't, that's it. Now let's paint another scenario. Let's say you're dating a guy and things are going well, but he doesn't like to have any type of conflict with you. He doesn't even like disagreements with you. Would that be lust or would that be love? And most people would say, well, if he doesn't want to fight with you, that's probably love. But this is actually a bit of a trick question because men and people who don't want to engage in any type of conflict, it usually means that they're not emotionally invested in the relationship. If a guy's only interested in something short-term with you, he's not going to waste his energy on fighting with you or getting in disagreements with you. When a guy is in love with someone, he's going to be willing to step up and have those disagreements, to have that open communication. And with that sometimes comes conflict. So recognizing that conflict is not always necessarily a bad thing. Actually, relationships, in order to grow, do require a certain degree of conflict and sometimes what you might consider to be a fight between the two of you. Of course, not physical, but a verbal disagreement. Now, those can be done in a healthy way or an unhealthy way. That's for a different video. But at the end of the day, if a guy is not willing to engage in any type of conflict with you and he just pulls away whenever it happens, sorry, ladies, he's only in for one thing. Which means that if a man is willing to have conflict with you, that's actually likely a good sign of love. Now let's get into the bedroom. There's a big difference between lust and love in the bedroom. And let's say you're with a guy who touches you with tenderness. Well, at the end of the day, tenderness is a great sign. It means that he wants to have that level of intimacy, that softness. He wants to understand your needs and be in tune with them. Whereas men who are only in lust, they'll touch you with urgency. There's tenderness and then there's urgency. Big difference between lust and love. Now, let's say you're with a guy and you feel really excited when you're around him. You just get lit up. But the only problem is you're emotionally drained when you're not with him. Is that lust or love? That is likely coming from a place of lust. Or let's say the sex is really good, but you know that if you stop giving him the goods for even a short period of time, the connection would be gone. Ladies, you got this one right for sure. That is 100% lust. Now, let's say a guy really encourages your independence. You might be thinking, well, that might be lust, but it's not necessarily. Lust is actually chasing for your attention. Love is when he actually encourages you to live an incredible life without him sometimes and to develop that life. When a man truly loves a woman, he wants nothing more for her to have that independent life without him, in a healthy way, of course. And the final sign of love versus lust, I'm going to go just with a love one, and that is that he shares in your wins. He wants nothing more for you to win, but he also stays for your lows because that's going to happen in life. And when a man is only running away whenever something goes wrong in your life, that's not a good sign. But if he's sticking around, he wants to be with you, that's where Connor the Cowboy is the love of your life. So I hope you enjoyed this silly little video, but I wanted to do something a little bit different to really resonate with all of you ladies out there who are struggling with meeting these guys and you're not sure if it is lust or if you're not sure if it is love. And at the end of the day, this stuff can be really confusing when you're getting out there and trying to find love alone. So if you're ready to really start finding love with intention and not feel like you're doing it alone, have that support system, that community every single step of the way, as well as access to my executive love coaches who are going to walk with you on this path to attracting a Connor the Cowboy who's actually looking for love. If you're ready for that, head on over to loveapply.com. You can apply for a free love strategy session with someone on my team. We're going to see whether or not you're the right fit for our community, and you can ask us questions. We'll be able to get pure clarity on your love life. If we do think it's a fit, we can invite you to be a part of our Love Accelerator Mastermind. So again, head on over to loveapply.com, and I can't wait to get you connected to a love strategist on my team and get you on that path forward in your love life. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment right there below. Let me know what you think. And if you've ever dated a Connor the Cowboy who's only in lust with you, maybe you could leave a comment there below. I think it would be pretty funny to read those comments. All right, I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.